What's up, world? This is WeNeeda5th. It's your man Mo. Got my man Hill in the building.
Yo.
Got my man P in the building. It's been a minute, fellas. Good to be back. Good to see you. Now, I know for this room, this is an obvious question, and I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask it for the benefit of our fans out there. Did you guys check out the NBA All-Star Weekend? Did you check any of it?
I purposely did not watch a second of it. I didn't. Nothing. I purposely, I had life gets in the way. I had stuff to do, but I was okay with it. I purposely just skipped the entire. I didn't literally. I did not watch a second.
Hill.
Bits and pieces of Saturday stuff. Sunday, I have to admit that I watched.
Wow.
I watched.
All right. You watched. Did you enjoy what you were watching?
No. The highlight of Sunday for me was me being proved wrong on Stephon Castle. That's the only thing. He's playing well. He played well against. He was the MVP.
Okay. For the Rising
Stars. And then when it was time to play against the pros, he was shining then. So I feel good when someone, actually makes me look bad on prediction. So shout out to Stephon Castle for changing my mind. As for the pros, I thought it was brutal. Brutal. I'm on the lines of when people are saying, like, you want to see if, like, who has the all-time scoring? Or is it Bron? Kobe? It was like Jason Tatum was able to almost surpass it if they had more minutes. Like, I'm on those because Shea was going so well in his first game. I was like, the way he scores and how easy it is, could Shea break, a scoring?
I think it's Kobe.
A scoring record for an All-Star game. That won't happen in the destruction format. You know what I mean? So you're good with crowning an All-Star MVP with 12. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll get into it, how you can fix it, maybe. Which, because we were on the lines of just, hey, you guys enjoy the week off. Go to Miami, go to Bermuda, Antigua, Capri, wherever y'all go for a week. Come back and let's go back to the season. I think the bigger picture for me is why isn't, and I don't want to skew too far, why isn't the nightly games, as important for me as is? Because, I'm like, it's basketball on, so I want to check something. And then I turn on the game and I'm just like mentally find myself being like, oh, it's checked out. You know what I mean? And I don't, it takes a few teams for me to really be interested. And then shout out, believe it or not, one of them is the Knicks. So I don't know.
I think, okay, again, I can't speak on the All-Star game, but as far as like the regular season games, I think the Knicks, I think we would agree OKC.
Yes. Okay, definitely.
Well, I think the common denominator, without going through all the teams, they play hard. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you don't play hard against OKC, the Knicks, I'll throw Cleveland at bat.
Absolutely.
You could get embarrassed.
Boston,
yeah, in Boston, because they actually play hard. So I think that is the fix for the All-Star game. It's just be competitive.
Do you guys? This is a copycat world we live in. NHL recently had success with their Four Nations, I guess, tournament that they had. Do you think the NBA is in a place right now where they can actually have a tournament like that that could be successful? Do we have enough international players to have Four Nations competing against each other in an all-star tournament type setting?
I think we probably do. I just wouldn't be interested in it. Because if they're not competing, who cares? I don't care. Like, you have to compete.
But the thought would be that, hey, if you're competing for USA or competing for Greece or you're competing for Canada or you're competing for Serbia.
I don't subscribe to that. Because you're competing for your city, you're competing for your franchise, and you're not playing hard. So I mean, maybe it would. I don't see it.
I mean, you're asking that. I guess the U.S. don't get embarrassed on the international stage, what they were close to doing in the Olympics. It's two things for that. I would need international players that qualify to be all-stars, like the all-stars that are here. So if you're giving me Angjas because you need players and he's not an all-star, then you might as well tell me just assemble a international team and go. These contracts, like they get paid for making the all-star game. So I would need talent to parallel to that. I don't know if that can happen. So you're just putting that together. That's where you would lose it for me if you're just putting a team together to play against, the all-stars. Second thing is you don't have incentive for the all-stars because 9 times out of 10, the all-stars get paid buku guaranteed money anyway. So if you put a purse up there for about $500,000, that's nothing. I don't know what you need. Something that will say play hard, and for that is I don't even know. I think the toothpaste is already out the tube already. You know what I mean? Because I don't even think I thought before if they get a 1-on-1, it's ego. You're gonna play hard to say like I'm the best player in the league.
Yeah.
And I might not be seen as the most paid, and everyone else seem like, oh, wait a minute, like so and so is the best player. I was hoping I don't even think that'll do it because I think they'll play around with that. Some might play hard, but some will just joke it off like, I lost. And it's like, I need you to play like you're in a game and you're upset and everything like that.
We keep on mentioning, hey, you have to compete and play hard. Is this new era of players just not that? Do they have that Mamba mentality? Do they have that Jordan dog in them? You know what I mean? That just says, hey, when I step on the court, I want to step off as a winner. I don't want to give you any easy baskets. And yeah, I know this is a showcase, but at the end of the day, I want to win. Because that's the difference for me.
I think they are, but they're outnumbered by people who aren't like that. Where, we say Kobe, we say Jordan, but there were Magics, there are Isaiahs, even like what is Clyde Drexler, Tracy McGrady, like what I mean? Tracy McGrady's like nah, like even if it's delusional, whatever you think, Tracy McGrady's like nah, I'm better than Kobe, like what I mean, like and I want to prove that I'm better than Kobe. Numerous players like that, but I think in this game. I would say maybe SGA
and
Giannis,
Brunson,
and Brunson. He just I think that's automatic. He doesn't know anything else. At his height, his background, he doesn't know how to lollygag. Right. Like I don't think he would have been in the NBA, frankly, if that's how he looked at the
J-Dub
game. So yeah, I think there's some, but I don't think there's enough. And I think those guys might almost get swayed to not playing hard because they're the only ones. It almost looks foolish or something.
I think you gotta get some of the elder statesmen out though. I think you need your Kawhis, your LeBrons. I think they need to go to have someone have a voice and say, hey, we're gonna lose the Golden Goose. Thank you for setting us up for these monster contracts, which I think LeBron and Paul did. But it's to the point now where it's like, I don't want to say that because I'm never in favor of the owners, but you got to find a happy medium where it's guaranteed contracts, 51% players, and still there's some sort of trying to think of the word, some sort of feeling like they got to play really, really hard for this contract. Some accountability.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really difficult. I just think that it comes within. Because I know a lot of people, of course, money is an issue and money, but, relatively speaking, Kobe made a lot of money. Michael Jordan made a lot of money. So I don't think it's just money. I really think it's that fire in your belly wanting to be the best.
Do you think that the advent or the beginning of, hey, load management and, hey,
I think it's one.
You know what I mean?
No, it's one and the same.
Yeah,
It's almost it's like love of the game, whatever you want to call it. It's like playing the game to win.
But I think that load management, especially promoted by the organizations themselves, has contributed to the players going into All-Star weekend saying, hey, listen, I want to go through the weekend and not get hurt. You know, so I'm not gonna go extra hard on defense. If you can get by me on the first move, I'm gonna let you go all the way. I'm not gonna extend myself physically, because hey, my team, the coach said, hey, listen, don't go too hard. Coach is even talking to the all-star coaches and saying, hey, can you limit my minutes and stuff like that?
I mean, to be honest, I'm about to stop being politically correct. I just think they're soft. Like people who are like that, they're just soft. You're not really a hooper like that. I don't know what other way. Like I feel like I'm dancing around it. Like if you are able to play basketball, and you show up in street clothes and just say, I don't want to play basketball, then you're not really a hooper like that.
But to me, I put ourselves in that position. Like, what stopped you from saying you're in your teens, late 20s, which these guys are, that you get a phone call and say, it was time, it got to the point where you heard the phone because we have call ID. Right? You get the landline and you hear one of our voices, the answer is yes, like yes. Yes, because you have that hunger to prove everyone wrong that you're really this good or you're the best and you love the game that much. You want competition. You're scouring. The way these guys spun the block and spin the block, unfortunately now, is how we did with basketball courts. We looked all around for this. And that's that hunger, like you said, that's within. If you don't have it, you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, shout out to players that just seems like they just want, like, listen, KD takes a lot of flack. He seems like he has it. Like, I want to play basketball. I become mega rich because I'm doing business deals. But basketball is still my passion. I was going to summertime courts and all this other stuff.
Do you guys, Hill, I think you alluded to it a little bit earlier, but do you think introducing a 1-versus-1 tournament would help the All-Star weekend, with its, popularity? Would you be interested in seeing a 1-versus-1 tournament in the NBA All-Star weekend?
And that goes back to what y'all was saying. If you're serious, like, I don't need, because they're saying it's for entertainment, I don't want the feeling of, yo, you're really going this hard type thing. Like, I can see Steph smiling, Kyrie, like, Kyrie is really gonna go at people and try to, show that because he feels like he's the best player in the league. Might not be, but it's that feeling which you want to see. You know what I'm saying? You might have these young guns. You might say, if Jalen Green made it, he might say, listen, I want to go against the best to prove myself, because now you're in the spotlight where you're saying, all right, let me check the Houston Rockets out. This guy just won this thing. He beat KD. Well, you need is like one win. It's worth a try. It's better than what they're giving me now.
Yeah, I think it just comes up, will they compete? Like, will it just be like a choking thing, or will it really be like, I feel like, I'm thinking of some players, like, I feel like SGA will go at people's necks, Ant will go at people's necks, Job will go at people's necks. So, I think if you just lollygag around, you'll get embarrassed. Like, I don't know, you might get skunked. You know what I mean? Like, it's up to 11, go 11. Like, nobody wants to be on national TV getting stunk 11-zip 1-on-1. So, I think it's perfect. Like you said, it can't get any worse than it is. So I would give it a try.
One of the things I will say is Unrivaled recently did a 1-versus-1 tournament, and this is where this is all coming from. And they had pretty good TV ratings for the 1-versus-1 tournament. Pretty similar to their opening weekend numbers, around 300, 350. But one of the things I liked about the Unrivaled tournament was just seeing, like, different players that you just couldn't imagine, going up against each other. And I think it did it with the Fisa Collier versus, oh my goodness, and I'm so sorry for forgetting his sister's name, but she's also a former UConn player. my goodness, and her name is just slipping my mind. But it was a good match and good competition. You got to see guards going against bigs, forwards going against forwards. So I would be interested in seeing that type of thing. Like, hey, John is going up against Steph Curry. Hey, Steph, you think you're the best? Hey, can you beat Giannis? Can you beat LeBron? I would love to see that.
You split it up with no height thing,
I
just
went
let them
no
play,
guys,
right?
like,
Let them go, right?
We're unrivaled. They just let them go.
I would just say it doesn't matter your height, your weight. Can you bag me 1-on-1?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. Can you bag?
That's worth it. I mean, I think that's worth it though. But they got to do something.
The competitions, the 3-point competition is pretty good. Good the way
that's about that. I don't care. $80 point ball, pause, 20-point ball. Do it. Give it away. It's just a points.
The dunk competition, does that need to be revamped or
leave it as is? Leave it as I could care less if McClung wins 10 in a row. I'm not.
I actually feel I have a cure for that, a possible cure.
For the dunk?
What's
For the
the
dunk
cure?
contest.
Hey, lay it on us, brother.
Anthony Edwards, John Morant,
Okay.
Zion Williamson,
Okay.
and Jalen Green.
I love that.
Y'all wouldn't want to watch that?
Yeah, all the time.
I mean, I like to have people in the league.
Yeah.
And I don't like fun's not playing.
Right, because you wouldn't watch them otherwise.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah. So I think if you put those 4, I would watch it.
Yeah, they just got to be willing.
Right.
And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Just somewhere along the line between Kobe and now, we lost those players that come into the league with something to prove, and certain things used to be on that checklist of things to prove. For guards, it used to be, hey, dunk contest, all-star game, or all-star game and 3-point contest. One of those things, hey, I'm taking home. That was just the thing. Kobe did it. Whatchamacallit, Jordan did it. Dominique, Drax. Everybody used to compete in that stuff. And I think somewhere, like I said, between Kobe retiring and now, we lost players with that fire or with that need to complete that checklist. You know what I mean? Or the checklist has changed.
And I think also D'Antoni, for better or worse, started ruining basketball. You know what I mean? Like from D'Antoni up to Golden State. Everyone shoots the 3. It's disgusting. Old All-Star games, you got one-on-one play, McGrady, Kobe, LeBron, going against each other hard, blocking them, all that. Everyone's kick post, one guy in the middle, 4 guys outside of the 3-point line. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I saw a play, I think it was last night, it was 4-on-1. You can't make this up. It's like 4-on-1. You had one guy on the wing, one guy on the other wing, and a guy on the 3. 4-on-1. Kicked it out to the corner 3. Now he made it, so technically, the analytic heads was like, play. But 4-on-1, you have an option for a layup, take yourself. He kicked it out for 3. So that's.
It was fun.
It's different. It's different. I'll just say, if I did that, I would have got benched. Anybody would have been benched. If we were on Central Ave, they go, "What are you doing? Yo, Hill, what are you doing? Mo, what are you doing?" If we had a 4-on-1, you kicked it out. The Hill, great 3-point shooter, cool. But if me and Kyle's on the wing, Mo, what are you doing?
Yeah, but that's the new basketball.
Yeah,
that's where basketball.
No, I'm just saying to his point. That's it's acceptable.
And we come from and I know we're dragging it out, but it means something to us. You know what I mean? So we come from a core from which, if we're in a 3-on-1 fast break and the ball hit the ground, we did something bad. You're getting it out for 3. You know what I mean? We're trying to get no touch, touches, tap. Don't let the boys down. Get a layup. Get a good shot.
And I
It's
think
making it unwatchable.
and I think you're being nice on it because I see most teams doing 5 out, and they're just having the big men on that high screen and roll action at the top of the key and whatnot, and keeping them there and what you call it, and even that big man. It's a 50-50 proposition on whether he's going to dive to the rim or pop out for the 3-point shot.
And I want to go to our younger fans. I want to seem like this is like old guys because I think we all think like, you know, the league has like, to me, the league has as much talent as I've ever seen. Yeah, it's not like we're just bashing the NBA. I think it has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But I think what we're talking about is really like the mediocre teams, right? Because like your Clevelands, your OKCs, I think they play complete basketball.
Correct.
Like if you see Cleveland, part of their success is like, go figure, they have two really tall guys and they crash the boards. And you know, they I feel like Cleveland, they pretty much killed small ball. You can't small ball because same thing with the Knicks. Like you see, you know, Carlton Towns, you can't small ball 5 that dude. He's like leading the league in rebounding. So I you know, I just want to make it clear. I think this is pretty much we're talking about like really 500 or below teams, but the elite teams in the league play, I think, what we would say is the right way.
Yeah, and I think it's endemic of what you call it, being a copycat league, you know, and the problems with being a copycat league is that, hey, not all your teams can do what a Golden State in their prime was doing, and that's where I'm getting this from, stuff like that.
What's the dude from Iowa? Garza? Like he like had the ball, he pulled up for 3. Like it's almost like he felt he had to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and he's a good player, he's a good rebounder and a good screener. He's almost like a Hartenstein, but Hartenstein probably is not taking a shot. He'll wait.
Curry, Clay, Durant, like 3 of our greatest shooters
of all time. No, of all time. Not even that era. Like ever. Like maybe you could throw Reggie Miller and Bird in that class. Maybe those might be the 3 best 3-point shooters ever.
Clay might have had a better percentage than Steph at one point.
Yeah. You know? And for you to comment, like for instance, if Cleveland tried to play like them, it would be dumb.
Yeah.
So I give that coach a lot of credit. No, you have Jared Allen, you have Mobley. Use that to your advantage. Just don't have Garland and Mitchell coming down chucking threes every play down. You're not Curry, Clay, and Durant.
And this is where analytics can get you into a deep rabbit hole of
It's almost past frustration. It's almost comical to me now. Like I watch it, to be honest. It's almost comical because I see I'm just like, that is just like bad basketball. And like you said, it's just copycat league.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like your parents say, don't be a follower. Don't be a follower.
As we talking about the league during the All-Star weekend, Draymond Green had some comments about the NBA has become boring and great NBA great Oscar Robertson has some comments about Draymond's comments. He went on to say, Draymond said so much. Who cares what Draymond said? It doesn't mean anything. People either like the games or they don't. I think people enjoy the games, especially if their team can win. It might be boring to him because if he's not passing the ball to Steph Curry, what is he doing? I don't mean to single that out because he knows how to play basketball. It might be boring to him at times because of what he's doing. He's not shooting a lot. He's not guarding a lot. So it's boring. Thoughts?
I think it's Big O just putting people in their place. Like I think there's validity in what Draymond says. And I think Big O knows that. But Big O is say like, who are you to be the spokesman?
Protecting the
of this game, like of basketball. You know what I mean? Like you need more of accomplishments to actually being able to say that. If this is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar saying what Draymond said, I'm gonna get a whisper. His opinion matters, and I'm on the lines of Big O. But I do agree with Draymond. A lot of it is unwatchable. I can only pick a few of teams where I can say like I want to watch.
my thing is he's in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like it was like a retired player saying that, I would kind of understand it a little bit more. But aren't you? You're kind of
You're
part of the
part of the
problem.
problem.
That was his point too. He said
Like, I don't-
you guys messed it up.
Right.
So,
Like if you could do the opposite of all the stuff you don't like, because you're actually playing.
mhm.
So, just be careful. Oscar Robertson's a living legend. All-time great. You're not gonna win that one.
Yeah.
You're just not gonna win.
And I don't think he's responding back to him, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
So, and that's the way it should be.
God bless the dead. Rest in peace, Jerry West. I saw that Jerry West, JJ Redick thing.
Yeah.
Jerry West took him out before he left.
That's the last hit.
Man,
Sharp.
said, you didn't have no effect on the game. Jerry West beat him and
He
he
was
was
right.
I'm out. What?
He was right.
Oh,
Celtics just won the championship. Take me. I'm out.
oh,
Rest in peace, the great Jerry West, the logo. I love listening to him talk about that. Listen.
hey, guys, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys thinking. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. And this is coming out of left field, and only because you mentioned the Knicks. And I want to take this opportunity, beat up on the Knicks at any time I get. The Knicks, we're still saying they're a good team,
Yes.
Definitely.
even though they can't beat anybody with a winning record.
It has some missing pieces.
Oh, they just can't beat the best two
Yeah.
teams in their conference, which they're going to need to do in the playoffs, obviously. But they're a good team. I think
Yeah.
they're good.
No, it's any team with over 500 record.
Listen,
Losing record against them.
They have the third best record in
Yeah.
the East. That's pretty good.
and you're missing OG. You're missing Mitch. You got some pieces which,
Josh Hart last night.
yeah, I mean, for 2 nights. So, I mean, I think once they're full force, they should be fine because Mikhail's starting to find his range, mid-range now back too. So, I think it's going to be a tough out. I'm telling you right now, Mo.
Second round knockout. I got to win as a second round knockout. Maybe first, depending on who they pick up in that first round.
Well, 9 times out of 10, they'll get to 6, right?
So
With the 6th seed?
No, they'll get
No.
to 6.
They'll-
They'll play the 6, right? 3-6.
Yeah,
So
so
maybe Indiana.
they probably avoid Milwaukee.
Okay, let's say they didn't.
Who's fourth? Who am I missing?
Like
Oh no, Milwaukee would be fourth.
Yeah, but let's just say
let's
let's just say they did. And Milwaukee and Detroit is which is 4 or 5, right?
I'd rather go against Detroit than Milwaukee. Hell.
Uh,
I'd rather face Detroit than Milwaukee.
Yeah, I don't have them beating Milwaukee, Cleveland, or Boston.
Yeah, but that's probably that would be a second round matchup.
Second round knockout.
Milwaukee, Cleveland, Boston.
That's a third seed. That's what you're
Yeah,
supposed to happen.
And I think they will have difficulty with Indiana.
No, they would. No, they would.
Yeah, I think they'll make. I think they should make easily the second round. After that, it's kind of house money. Because, like you said, I don't expect them to beat Boston, Cleveland. The numbers are right there. They don't beat them. But I guess it depends on your expectations of them.
Garden won't be. Garden's never an easy place to play in the playoffs, but now they have talent. So it's
Yeah, but you got tips too, running that talent to the ground,
I-
and injuries players that are susceptible to injury.
But you could say, well, Detroit's not running their players into the ground. Well, the Knicks have a better record than them. So what's the point of resting people if you don't win?
Cat's playing different.
Nah, yeah, Cat. This is the best I've seen him play. Throw out the statistics. Like he's really like mixing it up.
Mhm.
the 3 point, I think he's shooting like 40% from threes, which is crazy for a 7-footer. But like I said, he's mixing it up. He's not just a 3-point sniper. Like he's going down low.
Drives to the whole mouse in the house a lot of times.
Yeah, he's recognizing matchups. I don't know if it's maturity. I don't know if it's like just the city. Like
he is punishing.
But he's playing. I mean, frankly, no disrespect, but I think he had like a label soft. He's shedding that label. Like I don't look at him. I mean, personally, that way. Like he's
a couple 40-20s.
Let's see how he looks in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm just going off this 50 games as a Knick. That's it.
Minnesota clearly could use him.
Yeah, it was a bad trade.
Yeah,
we could call it now. No, that was a bad trade for him.
Let's talk about some other trades and how people are looking. Jimmy Butler and Golden State. You guys surprised? They've gotten on a little
3-1.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's, again, he's a good enough player for them to be winning.
As you have Steph Curry, who's one of the greats of all time. You add a all-star to that mix. Again, like he said, we'll see in the playoffs. It might be a different story, but I'm not too surprised about their early success.
All right, let's talk about the other big trade, Dallas and LA. Dallas, let's talk about them first. Anthony Davis, it looked good that first half. First 3 quarters, I should say. It looked like the trade made sense. That hey, Anthony was going to be able to provide them something that they didn't have, and then he got injured. What are we thinking about this trade now? Is this contingent on if Dallas can keep Anthony Davis healthy, or have they already lost the trade?
I think it's to be determined. I think you have to see in the playoffs. Like, I don't think we'll really know until the playoffs start.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems stupid for me to argue 33 and 21, right, for the Lakers, and what LeBron's doing for that team. But they eventually got to look towards their future. And I don't know when this man can stop playing basketball. It's a testament to how conditioned he is. He's good enough to be putting up 20s and 30s, but it's going to be a detriment to their growth. You know what I mean? I think you have 2 players occupying the same space. It doesn't make sense to what Luka means for that team. It looks like you shouldn't even make a trade. Should have Anthony Davis, because what you have with him and Austin Reeves, now to me, you got to get rid of one of them. You know what I mean? Austin Reeves should be some type of trade bait for you to get a nice size 4 or a 5. You know what I mean? You have expendable resources, but then you probably lose some scoring. I would love to see LeBron leave, and then they get something for LeBron while his worth is so high. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem right now. I mean, it could be just early growing pains, but that's his squad. That's his coach. It's not Luka's team yet.
Where would you send them?
LeBron? Anywhere you can get the serviceable big.
Yeah,
I mean,
LeBron
it's not a bonus. I mean,
priority.
Yeah, which we call it, and that's what I'm trying to for.
Vujacic?
Who would you target for a replacement?
Any big that I can actually get. Any big. I'll fish for the big tutors first, expecting GMs to have a brain and say no, and then it gets down to the, like I said, the Vujacics, is Mitchell's ankles okay? Robertson, I need height, and then you throw in some pieces to make the salary good. I'm good on that. I get LeBron out of there quickly, bro. I don't need that. I need height. I need Lob City for my man Luka. LeBron James is the reason why they're 33 and 21 with me saying that, though.
Yeah. I just think they need centers in plural. I think they have the worst center combo in the league.
Jackson, sir, right? Elton Jackson.
No, he's
Is it Jackson and Coloco?
Oh, Alex Lynn.
Alex Lynn. Right. And that's a big opportunity to get some.
I can't think of one worse.
They're not enough though.
No, I don't. I think that I don't think the Lakers. I don't think they ever will have an advantage at center.
What's Phoenix?
What's the guy from Charlotte? I think he's better than both. I don't know his name. The dude that from Charlotte. He just got there too. Well, anyway, I don't know. Put Bobo at center. I think Bobo's better than either one of them. So I like the Lakers team. I just think that's a very, very glaring weakness.
At this point, like to your point, I would say shoot Dwight Howard. You still want to play?
Oh, you hit those ties.
I wouldn't go that far.
Like seriously, with what we have, Dwight Howard is keeping in shape, just like LeBron is.
I think Jackson Hayes is better than Dwight Howard right now. Today. Yeah, but I like LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves. I actually like that trio. I like the surrounding parts with Rui, but like I said, every single night you have a disadvantage at the fives.
I'm 40 this year, Dwight Howard.
I mean, only reason why I say it is because he was still playing like last year. So
I'm good. I'm not the biggest Dwight Howard.
And he seems to be akin to LeBron as far as keeping himself in shape and whatnot.
Whatever he is with DeAndre Jordan, it's the same.
Yeah, I just
think I don't.
Yeah. Mitchell Robertson. I don't think that will solve the problem. Put it that way.
Hey, stocks high over, bro. God, it's crazy.
The deadline's over, Hill. He's still trying to trade LeBron.
Really trade LeBron, yo.
Yeah, absolutely.
He gets you ticket sales
and his son. And they
play
together.
Family package. You get to sit around the package. And Brownie's actually doing well in G League.
Yeah, yes. Averaging 20, 21 maybe.
What you call it? The NFL. The NFL is starting in 2025. No NFL games will be exclusively broadcast on traditional TV. They're looking to, broadcast the majority of them on streaming networks and stuff like that. You guys thoughts on that?
Wait, give me the quote. The NFL, where they pay
to play.
You saw this coming. I mean, once NFL gave me a Netflix game, I said it's over. Network TV is done. There's nothing they can do. And look for the major, look for the NBA to follow suit next. It's a money grab.
It looks like MLB is positioning themselves to do something similar. They won't be renewing their contract with ESPN. We'll see how it works. Because I think there's going to be some issues with them being exclusively on streaming. You know what I mean? I know because of this podcast, I've had to try to watch some football games and stuff like that, and I missed a lot of football games on Thursday that were exclusively streamed on Amazon Prime.
And I spoke to a lot of people that said, where is Prime? And I said, it's like, where is Prime? And I'm like, you might need to ask your wife, man. You might need to I don't know my password. I had to mix the damn game, but it's gonna drive bars out the window because generations like us and older that don't know anything besides 2, 4, and 5 for your local New York area. But people are saying, my kids or my grandkids knows the Netflix password. How the F do I get in there and watch these things? This is gonna be rough for those making those transitions who use pen and paper, who didn't have a pad. who picked up a telephone and put it to their ear, said hello, who was able to do the rotary with their finger. This is gonna be a rough transition. I've heard it already. Where's Prime? I'm like, yo, it's Amazon. Amazon, while I order stuff, really, this is really, honestly, I don't want to put the person's name out there like that, but.
And you're already paying for it.
Yes, yeah, it's free.
Like you're already paying.
My subscription, yeah, but how do I get in to watch it? I'm like, yo, no, I get it. I get it. And that's what the NFL is saying pretty much. They're culling anything up from 38 and up. They're looking towards that 37 demographic and down, and they're preparing for the future because technology is skewing towards our younger generation. Like I said, we're getting phased out. Like, how do you find a way?
No, it's marketing. Basically, it's the demographic is male 18 to 35. So the person or people you're talking about, NFL age, they're not really messing with them like that. Like, we got you on there, right?
But I said it. I'm like, he's a streamer. Like, that's all I can say. I don't watch him, but I know him. Like, we're in that middle ground to where we're not. Yeah, we're not old. Yeah, we're old.
We don't know it thoroughly, but we know it exists.
Right. We know that medium is there. But a lot of people.
The guy in the T-Mobile commercials with Snoop Dogg. Who's that guy?
And why is he so big? He makes how much? People were like, what does he do? Plays video games.
What disease did he
Twitch account?
What disease did he cure?
Yeah, and
oh man,
this is again. We gotta get down with the program or
get down to get done.
Get phased out. Scary precedent because how easy it is for us. It's apple pie. 2, 4, 6. All right, that's 1 o'clock. And that's on channel 2. It's on channel 5. You know what I mean? So it's searching and finding, and we went crazy when you just played around a little bit with the NCAA. We need True TV, we need TBS, TNT. Like, why are all the games on regular TV? Like, they were showing us way back then that they were gonna go for the bag, and we just have to live with it.
All right. Hell, staying with the NFL, your team, the 49ers, got a lot of players to resign.
Got some money too. We have some money.
Got to sign that quarterback, Purdy.
No, you have to. But Lynch seems like he wants to. I want to keep Drake Greenlaw
and Kittle, Wagner, Warner. Excuse me.
You want any one of them? Listen, you talk about me, LeBron James. Any one of those wideouts I want, I'm listening.
Debo.
Hey, you go Debo. I'm listening. Pearsall stays the rest. You divas, both of y'all can go.
Wow. See, here I thought I was going to be talking to a 49er fan that was going to argue for them to stay.
No. No, not at all.
So you blow it all up.
Pearsall, it looks like they're going to stick with Purdy.
You get rid of Purdy?
I wouldn't mind it. I'm even paying $46 million a year.
Who would you get? Who would you replace him with?
Crab legs. Give me anything until that next quarterback is up for grabs. Give me crab legs. Give me give me our old next quarterback. Give me
Colin? Can Colin come back to the league?
Nah. That's a wish on a star now. Give me give me crab legs.
Homecoming, he's available. It's from that area.
A-Rod. Negative. My man down there in Minnesota. Donald, welcome back.
Sammy Sam. USC product, right?
Yeah. And ex-Niner. So, but it looks like they're going to keep Purdy. They're going to find a happy space in there. And going from $1 million a year to, if it's something around them, you take imagine a pay cut of 39 per. Something of that nature.
Well, he has gone on the record and saying, hey, he wants to help the team be able to sign some of the other players, but he's not going to give them the super hometown discount. Speaking of NFL, and I just want to mention it. I know we haven't talked about it, but I want to mention it just to be fair in our coverage, because when Deshaun Watson was accused of this, we talked about it. Justin Tucker,
Shout out, Just.
Shout out.
from the Baltimore Ravens. There's been 16 masseuses that have accused him of being inappropriate during their sessions.
Shout out, B-More.
Does the NFL have a problem on its hands?
No, they have
They have these nasty.
No, they have a problem. They have
No pun intended.
You can't go to the masseuse without, it's a true problem. Like when you're in pain, they're there to help deal with you. And then one time is, come on, money grab. 16 is truth to me. Anything over 3 or 4, you're dealing with truth now. It's too many. It's way too many.
Are you surprised at the difference in coverage?
No,
it seems like
it's America. We need to stop. I mean, not just we play this game all the time. We're gonna go white, black. You're not gonna get the same responses from the majority as you do for African American players. It's just that the way. We need to see this as what it is when we're dealing with this.
Completely agree that you sprinkle quarterback kicker into that. The coverage is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
But it's money black and white. Mainly black and white.
Now, are you surprised that the NFL hasn't really commented on this or made any decisions or any type of punishment?
They released a statement, I think maybe this morning or late last night, that they are investigating, but they will not let any. They won't be updating on the investigation till it's concluded. So,
Does NFL have a problem? No, but I think it's more known throughout circles. He's just Nimrod's the ones that get caught. I mean, you had
Robert Kraft.
Exactly. Find himself from the New England area to a nice place in Florida strip mall. Very random. So I think there's a network for this stuff to happen inside the league, but it's a quiet network. It's for lack of a better term, it's a good old boys crew. And I'm sure word's been passed on that somewhere in Lakeland, Florida, some nice things, somewhere in Baltimore, there's some nice things, somewhere in Texas, there's some nice things. And it's just, these guys were just uncontrollable with their urges. But probably more people do it. But this is what it is.
Aaron Rodgers, where do we think he's going to be? He's not going to be in New York.
Obscurity, hopefully.
Well, one thing for certain, it doesn't matter where he's going to be. He's done. He's cooked.
Want a podcast? I mean, go somewhere and express your voice, your views, and go from there. They'll come back to him. That's what it is.
No Minnesota.
What the Brett Favre path? I mean, he's on pace. Yeah, I guess Minnesota.
I think they want McCarthy to finally take over that spot now. I think he's getting healthy. That was the plan.
Last thing before we go, Christopher Wallace, notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls' mother passed away this week.
Shout out Voletta.
Yeah, rest in peace.
It seems like it was natural causes. She died in hospice. And just another legend's mother passing away and whatnot.
And a staple, us growing up and just seeing her speak, we felt like we lost. I remember that day, like we lost everything when it came to being from New York and us loving Biggie, but a mother losing a child and her showing her strength on no, don't go over there and riot, and no, just respect my son. And she advocated for peace, even through a time in which I can't say if I had that strength and grace from God to say I would do if your child was taken from you. I love the lady. What about you? She gave her stories about a young big and gave us some insight to who that man was that we all got to love. And God bless that, she's to be with her son.
Well said.
Yeah. Fellas, what's on the radar?
It's that ugly time right now. It's gonna have to be the rest of the basketball season. How it plays out. Little curious what they're doing in Queens. My eyes over there. What's going on with
Don't
Soto
skip the
Lindor thing? I'm just curious. I'm Yankee fan. Shout out Yanks. Think they're gonna have a really good season as well. But just curious how they put that all together.
Be interesting.
Yeah, don't sip the cool.
It'll be interesting. Definitely will check that out.
Pete, what's on your radar, man?
Actually tonight, surprisingly, Denver Lakers. I really didn't see Luka play yet with them. I just didn't tune in, so I'm gonna watch that tonight. And I think Denver won 9 in a row, so it'll be interesting just to see the like I said earlier, like the Lakers glaring weakness. It's the worst team you probably want to face with that weakness, in the whole of Jokic. So
It's okay.
pretty good player. So yeah, that's
Jamal Murray's got his groove back too. Y'all right about that. The team goes.
Jamal Murray plays.
Back.
I mean, I know he's never been an All-Star, but we know he plays at an All-Star level. If he plays at an All-Star level, I believe they're the second seed as of today. So Denver, yeah,
Split.
Yeah.
What's on my radar? Surprisingly, I'm interested in seeing Captain America, Brave New World.
Okay. All right.
I want to see what that's about. And Reacher on Amazon Prime. New season came out. A big fan of that series. I think that's the best use of book properties. Properties that started out as novels, being turned into television series is one of the best adaptations of a book series. The Reacher series on Amazon. So I'm interested in starting that out this weekend, whatnot. And I'm also looking at the WNBA in this offseason. A lot of teams have made moves. The Indiana Fever, they're looking to be one of those super teams next year. And it's going to be real interesting. Yeah, impressive. Anything else before we get out of here?
Not really. All the Ball brothers are back healthy, and shout out to the ball.
Yes.
Who had the amputation.
Yeah.
Well,
wishes and prayers out to their family. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Get healthy.
So all our fits out there, stay safe. We out.
Peace.